Hey everybody, Betty Sue here. I have so much tonight. It's been a bad day. I have so much tonight that I wanted to get posted, but this is going to have to take priority over everything. This is a documentation post for my safety and security. um, Today, yeah, really blew up. He officially says I have to leave, but we'll get to that more. We'll get to that. Um, it's funny how they tell on themselves. I mean, if you have to really watch the abusers. If you put things together that they say over time, you can kind of make something out of it. When you're in all this stress, that's really hard to do, but that's why it's so important to write what's going on if you think you're in this situation, and then go back and look at it and review it and try to put some things together, see a pattern that makes some sense. A couple of months back, well, first off, we have an electric fence around the dog's pen. There's a wire around the bottom, a wire about the level of my nose and eyes, about that level, and then a wire above that. We came to a new place. They are a lot of boxers, and they had been abused, excuse me, at the last place I lived. And we wanted to make sure they did not get out, get loose, get a hold of our livestock, anybody else's livestock. There's cattle across the road. We certainly don't want them to get them. So we've got the pen very secured with them. Okay, so there's a makeshift gate going into the yard where the dogs and us and the tent all live. Well, just me and the dogs now. He's moved out into the truck. But about a month ago, I was going into the pen, into the yard, and I've kind of accidentally hit that wire at face level a few times. I had to duck down and step over the wire at the bottom and under the wire at the top at the same time. I kept wanting him to put something over it, like a piece of hose or something. Cannot get him to do it. So, I have problems with arthritis in my legs and my back and everywhere. And sometimes when my mind says I've bent down far enough to go under something or over something, my body really hasn't. So, I got a few little zaps here and there over time, but this one day I got zapped hard. I had a hold of the gate with one hand, which is metal, and hit it, and it sent me flying. I mean, totally airborne, flew and landed. I was knocked out for I don't know, I guess a few seconds. The gate standing open, and I was inside the yard on my side, landed like on my knee and stuff, hit my head, and hurt quite a few things. I couldn't get up. He finally ran and shut the gate. He heard me holler. But I couldn't move my legs for a while. A long time. He kept saying, "Can you get up?" I said, "No, I can't move my legs." I couldn't move my legs at all. It was several minutes. I don't know, maybe even about 10 minutes or so before I could actually move my legs. So, it took me a couple of weeks to recover from that. So let's fast forward to, and of course he never slid anything over that section of the electric wire to keep me from getting hurt on it again. I kept saying, just a piece of hose or something. It's alright. So, fast forward about another month later, about a month ago, it happened again. Top of my head was wet from being hot, damp. Well, what happened was I got bad arthritis day in the legs. I got my foot tangled up in the lower wire. It got kind of up under the edge of my pant legs, and I got my foot tangled up in the electric wire, and it was just so. In my effort to try to get my foot loose, and of course my hand was holding onto the gate, which is metal cattle panel actually. My as I was trying to get my foot loose, the wire threw me and hit my head up against the wire above, which got me, and I was grounded onto that fence, so it picked me up and threw me out of the yard and out into the walkway, and I landed with the back of my head first on the hard-packed rocky ground. Hard-packed because it's been the walkway for a long time. So anyway, I guess I screamed. T L Ogre said he heard me scream, and I could hear him saying something sort of. Everything was really fuzzy. I could, like, it was coming out of a box or something. Finally, I heard him say, "Shut the gate, shut the gate." I couldn't talk even. Finally, he said, "The dogs are going to get out, the dogs are going to get out, shut the gate." I couldn't shut the gate. I couldn't get up. I couldn't move any part of my body. So finally, and my legs were in the edge of the gate. So finally he said, "You've got to move your legs." I said, "I can't move my legs." I said, "You're going to have to roll my legs over." So he had to physically take my legs and move them out of the way so he could shut the gate. Well, I begged him to put a piece of hose over those two wires so I don't keep getting hurt on them. Oh, yeah, maybe, whatever. So I found some pieces of hose. They were always too big, too little, not right. I couldn't reach where it was plugged in to do it myself, and he really frowned on me doing it myself. I didn't know why, and I couldn't figure out why he kept not wanting to do it. I've had to wear an insulated hat, keep one by the gate. Every time I go in and out of the gate, I have to put this goofy looking hat on to keep my head from hitting that wire. Well, when it's raining, the hat's wet, the wire's wet, and it's still scary. I've got little zaps here and there, but I thought I was dead that time. It hit my heart. I could hear my head crack as I hit the ground. I hit so hard. That's where the bulk of my weight landed that time, with force as the electricity threw me. So the gate still does not. The wires on the gate still do not have fencing over it. Piece of hose over it. Which, the piece of hose I found, he actually did use to put over some electric wire in another spot, in another area of the yard, to keep it from twisting together. So it did actually fit over it. But he kept saying, no, it's not long enough, or it was just the right size. So I kept thinking all this time, why is he not fixing that? Why won't he put something over it? Why does he give me dirty looks and want me to... It's like he wants me to get hurt. It's like he wants it to happen. It's like, if I get zapped again, that gate's going to hang open and the dogs might get out. Today kind of solved that problem. Solved the answer, the questions. As he was screaming and raging at me about the dogs, he when he decided to tell me today, it's like, I'm calling it off. You're going to have to get out of here. You're going to have to leave. Like an hour of screaming and raging and hurling all kinds of obscenities at me and playing the blame game. Every single thing around here that isn't right is my fault. It's just mind-boggling at how the way he twists everything to turn it all around to be my fault. Even stuff that happened before I was even ever here. So, anyway, he was complaining about the dogs being here, That was a part of me. That's what got moved. But he was complaining about the dogs. He kept saying the dogs are going to eventually get out. The dogs are going to eventually get out. So he said, I'm posting all over the internet, everywhere I can, that I am not responsible when those dogs get out. He said they'll get out and they're going to chew up somebody's cattle and hurt somebody, and there's going to be... Sorry about that. There's going to be huge fees and fines to pay, or jail time, something's going to happen. And I thought, they're really secure, nothing's happening. And he said, things happen. Things happen and dogs get loose. and I'm not going to be responsible. I kept thinking about that today, and I thought, light bulb went off. Oh, shoot. From the tone of his voice and what he's saying, I've got the strong feeling that he is planning on letting those dogs out in some way. Be it I get hurt again and I get thrown out of the electric gate again and he doesn't bother to come shut the gate, pretends he doesn't see it, or if I leave to go somewhere with somebody, the gate's gonna accidentally get left open so that they'll get out and go wreak havoc, as he put it, and then I would be responsible, and then that would take me down some more. I really think this is what his intention is. I really think that this is why he has not fixed that gate. He's been wanting to use it. Another takedown. He set this up. Another setup. Make it look like an accident. So I've got to be even more careful than ever. That's why he hasn't put a latch on the gate, because I've been asking him to do that too. I said I'd do it, and he said, no, you'll get hurt. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it better than you will. There's still not a latch on the gate. It just barely closes. Electric wires are the only thing that keeps the dogs from getting out, because they jump at that gate. So, yeah. My head, I hurt my head really bad that second round. Everything was fuzzy and foggy. Was having a lot of trouble focusing. My head hurt. Oh, it was the headache from you know where for days. And I was queasy and lightheaded and woozy and kept trying to pass out. And it was like that for a couple weeks. And even 2 weeks later, I was standing in the kitchen of the old house doing something, and all of a sudden I got queasy, dizzy, and just halfway passed out and just dropped. My legs just turned to wet noodles, and I just dropped. And I couldn't get up. I had to wait a long time before he came in, and he didn't seem just real concerned. I mean, he did say, well, maybe we need to take you to the doctor. Yeah, that would have created another bill that he would have jumped all over me for. So, here we are about another month later, and I'm still having, I think, still some issues from that, but I really hope it'll heal up. I just really hope I don't do it again, because that's twice now I have been thrown with that fence and hurt my head. The second time I hurt my head real bad. Twice I was able to not get up for a while. So anyway, thanks for listening. I needed to document this. Thanks for stopping in, and I'll keep you updated. Happy New Year. Bye.